Hello. Hi.
Hi.
Can
Nice
you
to
hear
finally
me?
see you. Yeah, I can. Can you hear
Okay.
me?
Yes, I can. Yes, I can. It's nice
That's
to
great.
meet you too. It's really nice to meet you. How are you doing?
I'm great. Thank you for asking.
Yeah,
How
very.
are you doing?
I'm awesome. There's a lot of work, but I'm awesome.
That's the way now. We have to make this money. Oh.
Right? So, how's life like? I mean, like, how is it being a dancer? Like, I'm horrible at dancing. Like, I'm a horrible dancer. So my mind is just really thinking that what's your lifestyle like being a dancer? How is it like?
Um, okay, well, so far, um, it's just one learning curve after another.
Mm,
I get to see things that ordinarily most people don't see, especially when it comes to dealing with other public figures.
okay.
So I get to meet people almost on a daily basis. If it's not in person, it's on social media.
Wow.
And it has really exposed me and made me very knowledgeable in terms of how to use technology to, boost my business because I'm a businesswoman.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, you
So
are.
yeah. So it's really interesting. I will not lie. It's been interesting. And one thing I will say about dancing is if I wasn't doing this, I don't know what else I'd be doing in my life.
Really? Wow. Wow. That's huge. I mean, so
Yeah.
it's like you were born to be a dancer.
Well, everybody says that, but I didn't really understand it until I stepped away for a while and then I looked at the body of work that I had produced over the years. I wasn't born a dancer. I mean, when I was little, my dad exposed me and my sisters to music.
Okay.
We listened to all types of music. We listened to R&B, Afro beats. The fella, we listen to fella. We listen to rock and roll, so many things. So sometimes my dad actually tells me stuff like, "Oh, if you grew up with us and you didn't end up singing or dancing, we'll know that there's something wrong with your DNA." So I wasn't born a dancer. I was born into a musical family, and dance happened to be the expression that I picked to represent my heritage.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. That's so interesting. Like that is so not cliche. It's not regular at all. It's interesting and refreshing to hear things like that in Nigeria. Anyway, so you may have answered my question, but I would still like you to say it outrightly. Did you always know that you would be a dancer?
No, no.
Hmm.
I always thought that I was going to be a lawyer or a teacher, and
Hmm.
then I do music on the
On
side
the side.
because yeah, being a 90s kid in Nigeria, you know that if you go and tell somebody that you want to be a full-time musician, they will look at you like,
They won't take
are
you
you
seriously. They will
are
not
you
take you
normal?
seriously. Mm-hmm.
Exactly. So but then when I finally got to university and I auditioned for like, singing competitions, stuff like that. The singing was okay, but the thing that actually made people pay attention was the dancing for some reason.
Hmm.
So I kept on doing it. I kept on doing it. And I got made fun of a lot because the attitude that we have towards school is you just go to school, you come out, you get a job, you get married.
You
That's
graduate
it's supposed
top
to
of your
be fine.
class.
Exactly. Try and graduate. If if you don't graduate at the top of your class, don't tell people that you're a graduate. That kind of thing. But then I got to school and I was dancing and I had other Nigerian friends who weren't doing anything else with their lives. So at first they would make fun of me and be like, what are you doing? What is this? Why are you dressed like this? Why is your hair? But after a while, when they saw that I wasn't going to stop, now they were the ones at the front of the
At the
shows.
front
They were
seat
the ones
hailing you.
cheering. hailing me, telling people, yo, do you know Emma? My friend is a dancer and all of that. So yeah, it's something. Yeah.
It's really something. It's really, really
Yeah.
something. So how
Yeah.
did you navigate your dance career from secondary school? Like, so I assume in secondary school, just like you said before, you've been exposed to music, dancing, and
Mm.
at that senior secondary school point, you're like, okay, what am I really going to do in my life? What am I going to study? How am I going to like
Yeah.
navigate the entire thing? So I know I like music and dance, but which one am I going to do? How do I do it and everything? How was that journey for you?
It was um it was bittersweet. So when I finished secondary school, I didn't get admitted into uni immediately.
Okay.
I spent 1 year doing something called a sixth form program, which is like A levels foundation.
Okay.
So I did that, and it was around that time that the dancing was really starting to look a bit attractive. So secondary school, there was no clear vision in secondary school as to like an entertainment career. It was I could do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things. But you know the funny thing, dance was always at the bottom. I could name 99 things I wanted to do.
Before you name dance.
Dance at the bottom. It was so ridiculous. I never thought in my entire life that I would be a dancer. I always thought maybe I'll end up in Nollywood, I'll just make some music or something. I knew that I was going to do something in entertainment because of my background, but I never thought about it. And till today, most of my secondary school classmates are actually shocked because they did see me dance. They knew that I could dance, but they were like, you made this
Be an
thing. It's
actual
a thing.
dancer. It's a
Yeah,
thing. Like it's your thing now.
it's a thing now. Yeah.
Wow. So do you do anything else apart from dancing? Because I know you say
Yes.
you always thought you wanted to be a lawyer.
Yes. So
Okay.
I'll start with academic career. So I want to teach. I want to be a full-time academic. I've actually taught classes, but mostly dance classes. I taught dance classes in my former university. Shout out to Middlesex, Dubai. They gave me arguably the biggest platform of my life as a
Aw,
young person to really go crazy and display. And they paid.
express yourself. Wow.
And they paid.
Wow.
So I always wanted to teach right from time, and dance has helped me do that. I still want to teach stuff that is outside of dance. So I studied, my first degree was a law degree. Um, then I did a postgraduate certificate in media, and now I'm
Okay.
doing my master's in digital media.
Okay.
And my hope is that after my master's, I could maybe get another master's or do some further education and
Wow.
then teach in a university. So teaching is my passion. I love teaching. I make jewelry. Oh, which is funny because I'm wearing some of my
Wow. Wow. Wow.
yeah,
Wow.
I tend to think everything I'm wearing I created. So I make jewelry. I'm an amateur photographer now, so please book. I'm learning because I realized quite early that I knew how to take pictures of myself and good pictures of people. So I delved into photography this year, and people have actually been taking me more seriously than dancing. Like I've gotten more recommendations from
Oh
family
my
members for
God.
photography than my
Than
entire
for
7 years.
dancing.
Which is
Wow.
it and when I talk to people about entertainment, this is how I make people understand photography has been around for so long, so it is much easier for a typical Nigerian parent who just wants you to go to school and everything to accept that you take videos or you do photography.
Although
But you
they'll still
see,
be like, you should have something on the side that you might not make so
yeah,
much money from
yeah,
all that.
exactly. But then I think with the popularity of Nigerian wedding photography and
Yeah,
videography and everything,
now it's true. It's
people
true.
now
I'm
are
more
tapping into
open-minded.
that. Yeah, then another thing is sports. Another thing is sports. Then you have the actual art, like people who make
And
art.
draw.
And then you have music. And then you have dance at the bottom of
Dance.
the food chain. At the bottom of the food chain. Because some people will just look at you and be like, you're a dancer. What do you think? Do you think you're Pokoli? You say you're a dancer. Okay. I think the most ridiculous question I've ever been asked as a dancer is when people just tell me, okay, dance for me now. I'm like, you say you're a dancer now? Play. Go
They
on.
just expect you to just burst into dance moves and to just take over everywhere. Maybe for you to like do some serious backflip and then do things that will blow their minds.
Wait for the shock when they see that you don't do, because they call it breakdancing, all those things. That's what people who don't know the actual terminology for it, they call all those things, everything that's a strange, breakdancing. So wait for them to see that you don't do breakdancing and you don't do the normal trending dances. You're not in
You'll
a,
not
now
say,
they'll tell you,
are you sure you're a dancer? Are you sure? You're not doing things that I know as dancing.
this is not the one that I know.
Exactly. I mean, you are really an academic. Like I wouldn't have pegged you for someone that would still do masters and masters again. I would still like love to teach. I don't ever think I would have ever thought that you like to teach. I know you
Yeah.
said that you studied law, but did you ever use your law degree at any point?
I can show you where my law degree is. The only thing that law degree has given me is bragging rights. Because, like you said, most people won't peg me. If you meet me as a dancer, you wouldn't think that I'm an academic. And it's
Yeah.
a very common misconception. Most people think that people who are into the arts are unserious, are laid back people. But sometimes the reverse is the case. You understand? So, yeah, a lot of times I do get that thing where people just, when they see me, it's two reactions. When they meet me and they're fascinated that I'm a dancer, or they think that I've wasted my life. Now, when they find out how educated I am, they're fascinated. How can you be so educated
I
and
am a
be
dancer.
it speaks a lot about our society that um, the society does not give the opportunity to young people to be different things at once.
To
Like
express
I said, we're
themselves creatively. There's not a
so
lot
used to
creative freedom.
yes,
There's
that's
so many
it.
things that you can be, so many legal things that you can be.
I did not know until I had stepped out of Nigeria and started meeting people and even watching series, because I watch series a lot. I'll tell you about one of my funny hobbies later. Um, I did not know that within the entertainment industry, there is a whole other industry that is largely untapped. Like I like to call it the behind the scenes industry. That's one of the things that I'm currently studying. All the people that make it possible for an artist to be on stage or to shoot a video or to just present themselves. You'll be surprised that before an artist can stand here and say, yo, 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 it's your boy, there are 6 people behind him that have told him, your hand goes here, your leg goes here, this is what you're wearing, this is how you present yourself.
That's true.
So there are a lot of untapped professions and roles that people could actually learn from and make a lot of money within the entertainment industry. But because the one that everybody knows, you are not doing that one. You now want to go and do the one that nobody knows your job description. You can't even explain your job description. Sorry, man, you cannot do it.
Oh my god. Anyway, so I assume that when you newly freshly started going to when you freshly started dancing, like really dancing, going to places and dancing, who were your role models? I'll assume that of course your dad was played a part, seeming as he introduced you to music and all of that, but who were your actual role models for dancing? Like, was there anybody that you'd have said, oh, I don't want to be like her, or this person, is kind of like who I want to be like, or something like that?
No, I I admire people based on how I can relate to them at whatever stage in my life or their life that I discover them. So I didn't necessarily have people that I wanted to be like. I had people in the industry that I looked up to. I admired their work, and I would have loved to work with them. Um, so growing up, Michael Jackson, everybody know, Michael Jackson. Growing up, in fact, I know that for years before I finally found my style, I used to copy Michael Jackson moves. Another person,
My God.
Awilo Lokomba.
Really? Wow.
I
Wow.
love
Wow.
I loved now that I am older, I understand that the reason why I liked him so much was because of how unconventional he looked,
He
even as an artist.
was. Yeah.
He he did something very strange. You have music that
Unexpected.
people don't even understand what you're saying, but at every party as a 90s baby, every wedding, whatever
Even if
event, they
you
were playing.
go for an event now and they play a Awilurukumba, you will still dance.
You would
Even to,
scream.
yeah, exactly, you would actually scream.
Exactly. So yeah, I admired Michael Jackson and I admired Awilu Lukumba when it comes to dances because Awilu can dance. That man can dance. He's old now. He's still moving.
Wow.
So yeah,
Wow.
those two people.
Okay, so I'm assuming your family's reaction to your career choice was quite simple, okay,
No, it
accepting,
was
because, oh, wow, it
no.
wasn't. So tell us about it.
Okay, so there's this thing that I've noticed with um most Nigerian parents. They can enjoy art, but to allow their children or the child of somebody that they know to
To
go into
actually do
that
the art.
problem. I was this close to asking my mother if she doesn't like watching some people on TV and if she will not want me to be on TV like other people that she watches. Like she's always on her iPad. You're always watching music videos, watching skits. Wouldn't you like to scroll one day and see
And see
my
me in the skits.
so at first, they because I wasn't just dancing, like just going for shows. My dance career really kicked off from social media.
Oh, wow.
So it's
So you used
hard
to do
to
a lot of
explain.
videos.
Yeah, I've made over 1,000 videos in the past 7 years. I kid you
Wow.
not. Over
Wow.
a
That's a lot.
thousand
That
videos.
is a
So
lot.
so how do you explain to an African parent that if I get this phone and I put it here and I dance, I will make money? Make it make sense. They didn't understand it. They didn't understand it. My mother wasn't a fan of it. She wasn't. At first, she was a bit supportive, but then she began to
She became
worry that it
skeptical.
will. Yeah, she began to worry that it will come in between me and my studies because I was getting booked for shows. I was being called for competitions to represent my uni in competitions. I was winning trophies. So she was just like, I better go, no, go forget the school where we actually send you because of dance. Because it's hard for them to place, like I said before, it's hard for most people. It's a general problem in our society for people to understand that people can be more than one thing.
Yeah, people can be more than one thing. Yeah.
Financial stability is a
Requires you to
very
do more than one thing. It does.
yeah, but as at their time, you had to have one very good job. You
You have
understand?
your
Or you got
house, you get married, and everything is great. You send your children to school. That's all you need.
now call your parents and say, sorry, I have to be on tour. I'm going to Spain next tomorrow. You're going to where? How are you going? It's been ridiculous. My sisters were supportive too. They too, they didn't really understand it at first, but because they are much younger and much closer to my age, it's like a young person, no more live your life. You understand, do what you want to do, and now they are the biggest supporters. My sisters are always like, "Won't you take video? Hey, come and take video. Bring your
Let
tripod."
me help
This
you.
no, never let me help because they didn't help. So I had to learn. I know how to do everything. So I shoot my own videos. I edit them. I take my own pictures. I style myself, do my own makeup and everything because they weren't always around to help me with
Oh,
all.
to help you. So you
Yeah.
had to
So even
learn
now
it
when I have
yourself.
even when now when I have management, I still micromanage the things that the people who work with me are doing because I can do everything.
You're
So
used
it's
to
like you
it.
have to convince me that you
That you
can
can do it
do
better than me or as well as
better
you do
than me
it.
or as well as me. Should be better, but we try. So yeah, they weren't
Hmm.
always supportive. I think it's now that they have come around because I finished first degree. I've done a bunch of other certificates in between that time and now that I'm doing my second degree. So I think now they're like, okay, let's see how it goes. But they're still trying to get me to have like another job that they can understand while I'm doing whatever it is.
It's very expected in our society. Like it's something that happens all the time.
Yeah.
And I mean, I think that producing results is really what gets them to just say, okay, maybe we can actually just leave her or leave him to, do what it is that she wants to do. But
Funny that you say.
meanwhile,
Yeah.
pardon? Meanwhile,
No, I said it's funny that you say that.
can you tell us like the top three things that you've learned so far as a dancer in Nigeria? Like being a dancer in Nigeria is something. Like every time I
Okay,
think
roller
about it,
coaster.
I'm like, in Nigeria, it's really something. So what top three things would you say you've learned so far, in your journey as in your 7 years as a dancer?
Learn how to make friends.
Hmm.
Um, so there, I would like to explain a group of friends that I think that every dancer should have. You should have an artist friend.
Okay.
You should have a DJ friend. You should have a fellow dancer as a friend. You should have a person who doesn't do anything with their life at all, nothing, has claims that they don't have any talent. Have that
Ah,
person. And that person is most likely going to be a money-minded person. Then you should
okay.
have another person who doesn't also do anything with their life, but has a lot of talent. Because these are the people that are going to get you to where you need.
Hmm.
Do I need
Okay.
to explain how they are going to get you to where you need
Please,
to be, or you
please
want
go
me
ahead.
to?
Please explain.
Okay. So your friend who doesn't do anything, who has talent, can definitely look at your work from the point of view of another creative. But because they are not using their talent actively, there is a very high possibility that they will pour their ideas into you.
Hmm.
So you have
I
those people who
see.
probably started off dancing or singing, but had to quit because parents or somebody convinced them that they weren't good enough or it won't work. When
Mm-hmm.
they see you, they're going to want to, every time you're going to hear, you remind me of myself. You remind me
True.
of my
They want to pour their ideas into you. That's true. That's very true.
now the one friend who doesn't know how to do anything, claims they don't have any talent, is just an ordinary person, probably works in a 9 to 5 job, will give you a very good feedback from a lay person's point of view for your work.
Hmm. And you
And you
need
need
that.
that.
You need that.
You need that because other
Mhm.
professionals might understand, oh, I see what you were trying to
Yeah, but
get
somebody
at.
that you're
But
just going to just show yourself to might not understand it.
yeah, so you
They'll
need
point
that
out the
point of view.
loopholes.
Exactly. You need a DJ friend. You need a DJ friend to create remixes for you when you're going to dance in a club at 2 a.m. and they are paying you 5,000 naira, but you really need that 5K. So you need a mix for your competition or for whatever it is that you're going to do.
Want
So
to
you
do.
definitely need a musician friend because that's the person that's going to put you in all their videos.
Right. give you the exposure, at least the starting point.
Exactly. And then you need another dancer friend for collaboration.
This makes so much sense. Okay, so first things first, learn to make friends. Okay. Okay. So what's the second thing?
Second thing, get a tripod.
For your phone, you mean? Hello? Oops, I think your network is a bit bad.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I think it was my network. I think it was my
Were you
network.
able to save the other video though?
Yeah, I think so. I think so.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So I don't know if you're gonna ask me about okay, yeah, I think
Second thing, you're about
I'll
to say
probably
the second thing.
yeah, the second thing.
Okay.
Get a tripod.
Okay.
Because in as much as you have all these friends who can help you with a lot of things, sometimes they might not be available. You know, we're all young people and we're all trying to navigate through life. So we want to be great friends, but we don't always have the time to be great friends. So
Yeah.
when you get a tripod, you can actually record yourself because I have yelled at some of my fellow dancer friends, like, why are you not making content? Like, there's nobody to take my video for me. And then I look at them, I'm like, you know, I take my videos. I say, not everybody
I'm
can be
not
like
like
you ever.
you.
Get a tripod and learn. If you can, put away 10, 15,000 bits by bits, 200 today, 500 today, and then buy yourself a nice sturdy tripod. Sturdy because you can go somewhere and be dancing and then breeze will blow and you take your phone.
Yeah. There's that.
So,
There's that.
'cause I lived in a very windy city when I was in the UK, so I don't play. I can't carry a lightweight tripod outside if I want to do something important. So get a tripod. That's number two.
Okay, so what's number three?
Um, right. So I'm struggling in between never go anywhere alone because you always need backup, right? So
Backup
don't go for
dancers.
shoots. No, backup because things do get messy at shoots and
Oh,
concerts.
I see. Okay.
So yeah, even if and this also ties into being having management or having somebody that's responsible for you. If you go somewhere and somebody tries to be funny, if you have somebody with you, whether male or female, as long as that person has a stronger voice than you and is probably more bold than you, it helps. So never go anywhere alone because you don't know
What could
in
happen?
terms of security and also, in terms of, I mean, all these things tie into security. Don't go anywhere alone. As a dancer, don't ever go for any competition alone if you can. So the other thing that I was struggling with is always have a backup for your files. Always have a backup for your files. So I cannot tell you
Yeah.
like you have to be very, very
If
like
you lose your dance
careful
videos, like
when you are
I can't imagine.
recording. Yeah, because I've been in situations where I've danced, and then the next thing the director says, "Sorry, I wasn't recording,
I wasn't
or
recording. I forgot to press record.
or sorry, after we shot everything, the memory
I
card
mean,
got missed, it
or
got
it got
corrupt." But
crashed or something.
immediately you finish any shoot, if it's somebody else that's editing for you, collect
Take
your
your
own. That's your back.
video.
Take a copy and go. So that whatever happens, you have proof of what you've done. You have your work in handy. I have kept all the original drafts of my videos since I think 20.
Uh,
Yes.
Wow. So you have like
I
a
recently,
big old hard drive and everything is just
yeah,
there.
I recently had to buy another hard drive because I feel the 1 terabyte hard drive is ridiculous. But yeah,
I can imagine. I
that's
can
what
imagine.
works.
So okay, so as we round up, this is the last question. What would you say to a young Nigerian, in secondary school who has the same passion that you did or you do, and is trying to like navigate their journey as well?
Um, don't listen to anybody who tells you to stop or that tells you that you are not good. When they do tell you that you're not good at whatever it is that you pick, whether it's dancing, singing, art, anything it is, whatever it is, ask them why. Take constructive criticism.
Okay.
Ask them why they said that you're not good at this thing, and then do some introspection to see if
What they
that
said is
actually
true.
yeah, but do not ever listen to anybody who tells you to stop. If your health and your safety is not being compromised, there's no reason for you to stop what you're doing. So that's it. Don't stop. Don't stop. Don't stop. Don't stop. Don't stop. Keep going at it. You might not be the best dancer in Africa, but you might be the person who the best dancers come to. You might not be the best artist, but you might be the songwriter that artists come to beg, please help me write my song, please help me compose my song. So yeah, that's it. And not everything has to be monetized because sometimes what kills passion is when you have too many people in your head and also personal thoughts of how do I make money from this? How do I make money from this? Sometimes just enjoy certain things. I mean, it's okay if your passion brings you money, right? But not everything has to be monetized because sometimes when you are too money minded, it takes away
The
the joy
creativity.
and the creativity from what you want to do. So yeah, that's it. That's my advice. And
Mm.
stay in school. Stay in school. Stay in school, kids.
Yeah,
So
that's
yeah.
that's that's really amazing. It's important to make sure that you are not backing down from doing what you love to do just because somebody said you should stop, right? It
Yeah.
is important to also check yourself, like what I'm doing. Do I actually know how to do it, or is it just all in my mind? And even if I don't know how to do it, can I learn? Because some people like the idea of dancing, but they don't know how to dance. And there's no rule anywhere that says you can never learn how to dance. So you can actually
Yes,
learn, even if it's
you
not
can learn. You can
inborn or whatever.
take classes. Take classes. Don't be shy. Like to be honest, I've seen people walk up to me and say, "Hi, Emma, I really like to dance like you." And then when I say, "Come to my classes," they're like, "But I don't know how to dance." I'm like, "That's the point of the class."
Ah, right. That's
And
the
when
point of coming to the classes. There's nobody that goes for let's say like a school that teaches people to cook and you get there and you say, oh, I don't know how to cook. Well, thank God you're here because then we will teach you how to cook.
Indomie, you will learn. Even
Exactly.
if
You
it's
will start from
Indomie.
somewhere. Even if it's to boil water, you will start from somewhere.
And the amazing thing and why I said earlier I talked about like socializing and networking is at most of these dance classes you actually get to meet people. If the teacher
Yeah, you
isn't
meet
working for you,
people.
I bet you there is somebody in that room whose teaching style will work for you. So yeah, go out, take some classes, watch some YouTube videos. Just don't break your leg.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Thank you so much, Emma, for agreeing to do this.
Thank
This
you,
really
Eniola. I
means a
really
lot.
appreciate this. This is an honor. It's amazing to be at the point where people want to speak to me about my journey, and people think that I have something to offer. Anybody, really, not even just the younger generation. I'm so emotional. I really appreciate
Aww.
it from the bottom of my heart. Trust me, trust
Sure.
me. And
It was beautiful to
I
talk.
appreciate the work that you're doing as well.
Thank
This is
you.
good work. You're putting in a lot of resources into shaping young minds and oof, God. as from one teacher to another, you're doing amazing.
Thank you so much. It was really beautiful that we could even get your attention to, get here and to let us know how your journey is like, because there are tons of people, that are like you were, and are conflicted with a decision making process. And some people just have it as a talent, they don't know what to do, how to do it, where to begin, because I mean, this is Nigeria, right? And so there's so many things that could go wrong if you make the wrong decision, like so many things. It's not always
So
easy to retrace your steps, so it's great to hear from someone that has been through it and kind of understands how it works and how you can not make the same mistakes that you made or mistakes that other people might have made. So
yeah.
thank you again. Thank you so much. And
You.
yeah, I'll send you a link, to the video once it's up.
Okay, thank you so
All
much.
right.
I really appreciate it.
You're very
So
welcome. Have a good day.
you too. Talk to you soon.
Yeah, sure.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.